Eileen Keene, and I'm running for Neptune Township Committee. And with me is Luke Keating, and he can introduce himself shortly. First of all, we want to make it perfectly clear that we are here today having a tax Tea Party rally. And please, we want to make it clear that this idea of a Tea Party is not something that we're trying to steal from the national media or the organization going around the country holding tea parties. Our idea of a tea party is just what our forefathers did when they tried to create a revolution and they threw some tea into Boston Harbor and started the American Revolution. We're just trying to make a statement that spending is out of control and taxes in New Jersey are out of control. In New Jersey, in 2009, the fiscal year that began July 1st, we have had $1.3 billion in new taxes on our businesses and our residents. For example, this year we have more sin taxes. We have a tax on wine, we have a tax on liquor, we have a tax on the lottery. We also have a one-year increase on the wealthiest in the state. Why do you increase the tax on the wealthiest? Isn't part of the plan to encourage spending, to bring back prosperity? There's also a 4% surcharge on corporate business taxes. There's no property tax rebates for any family making more than $75,000 a year. That was a Corzine promise 4 years ago, that when he stood before us for re-election, that property tax rebates would have increased. It never happened. It took the average New Jersey working person 249 days of work to reach their cost of government day in 2009, and that means how many days you have to work to pay what you owe to the government in New Jersey and federally. In the last 8 years, of Democratic control in New Jersey, we have seen 115 new taxes, income tax increases, sale tax increases, estate tax increases. Yes, when you die now, you're not going to be able to leave as much behind. Employees and employers are facing new taxes. On real estate sales, tax increases, on television bills, on your cable bills, on your phone bills, on motor vehicle registration, tires, and most importantly, on property taxes, we've seen nothing but an increase. And last, we have this huge unfunded liability in New Jersey because we are responsible for state pensions and the health benefits of future retirees and already existing retirees. So with that, I just remind you that it's time for change. We as a state, we as the people of New Jersey, we have to get together and we have to remind our government that lowering taxes actually generates investment and actually encourages prosperity. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Luke Keating, who's going to tell you a few things about what's going on right here in Neptune Township.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Even on this threatening type of afternoon, we appreciate your coming out and hearing what we have to say. Eileen and I have been running our campaign on a number of issues. One of them, and first and foremost, has been spending. Here in the township, spending has gone up 11.2%. We're currently going to be spending just under $41 million this year. Now, the detractors will say, well, we're getting money in and money is going out. Well, there is something to be said about that, but it is still a tax nonetheless that we have paid as citizens of this state. We need to control spending. What was not highlighted is the fact that the township has sold some property and recouped monies for that. That is in this year's budget as well. We're spending that money to fund other projects and other cost increases. We need to be very mindful that in our own personal lives and in our business lives, we need to be prudent and frugal and look to cut costs where we can, look to put money away for a rainy day. Here in the township, the surpluses have been reduced by about $900,000 in the upcoming fiscal period. So as we take away from surplus, increase spending, there's only one thing that's going to happen. We're going to see increased taxes. We need to do something. We need to do something now. And Eileen and I, given the opportunity to serve the residents of Neptune, will work diligently to see that costs are maintained, held under control, and that further increases are kept to a minimum, if not at all stabilized at this point. Thank you.
We have two great leaders with us today. I would like to invite Assemblyman Dave Rybel, who is up for re-election on November 3rd, to say a few words to the crowd, please.
All right, David.